Hey guys, it's me, Kate again. Sorry this video is a day late, but I didn't want to pre-film it because I was trying to find out if I'll finish one of the books in the month of October. Spoiler alert, I didn't. So this video is my October wrap-up. I read a total of 42 books according to my list, so let's begin. First thing that I read was Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, which is about a world where there are dragons and one part of the world is good with them, the other isn't, and we're following people from both sides. It was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It was nothing groundbreaking. Then I read Don't Ask What Just Happened, Witchbane by Lisa Casey. So this is the third book in Kitsune Chronicles, which is where we're following Sebastian, who is a Kitsune, which is nine-tailed fox spirit, and Japanese nine-tailed fox spirit, and something happened to him a year ago, and now in this year he's been on the run until now, when he bumps into Liam, who is an alpha werewolf who actually saved him a year ago. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I actually listened to the audiobook is I Hope You Get This Message by Farak Nazrishi. I think that's how you pronounce author's name. So basically the Earth got the message that aliens will invade in, I think, 8 days. And we're following a few teenagers as they are trying to basically live their lives to their fullest in those last few days. Then I read to The Extraordinaries by T.J. Klune, which is about Nick Bell, who is an ordinary teenager and is obsessed with these extraordinaries, which are basically people with superpowers. He even writes fanfiction, and there's stuff going from there. Then I read The Soldier and the Alpha by author whose name I cannot pronounce. It was not really good, but it was a fast read. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Then I read Classmate by, again, author whose name I cannot pronounce. Also gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I don't even remember what was happening in those two. The same goes for his Prize Omega by Mackenzie Wild. Again, I don't know what was happening. Gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Then I read Inheritance by Lisa Casey. Where's my phone? I read a lot of her books this month, so I need to check which one is this, even though I think I know. Yes, it's first book in Pillars of Magic Dominion series. Yeah, basically we're following a guy who is a nerd witch, and basically what's the synopsis of this first one, and basically how he fits into society and stuff. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read My Alpha Secret by Rosa Swan. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars, cannot tell even what it was about. Then I read The Trouble with My Boss by Mika Sakurano, gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Again, I'm not sure what was happening in this one. Then I read Stalked by Shadows by Lisa Casey, which is about basically one of our main characters is an army veteran who suffers from PTSD, and basically his twin brother tells him that he has a friend who needs a bodyguard, and our main character accepts, and basically it's paranormal romance between our main character and brother's friend. And it's really fun because they have this basically tour of New Orleans with haunted places, and they even have a ghost cat. And then I read its sequel, Marked by Shadows by Lisa Casey, and immediately went to the third book, Possessed by Shadows, gave all 3 of them, so Possessed by Shadows, Marked by Shadows, and Stalked by Shadows, 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Heir to Curse by Lisa Casey, which is basically about this guy who is in good graces with this old lady who just died, and she leaves him her family home, which is said to be haunted, and she thinks that he will finally break the curse. So she gives him the house after she dies. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and immediately went to the second book, which is Recipe for a Curse, also gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Reclamation by Lisa Casey, which is equal to Inheritance. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Loki Where Mischief Lies by Mackenzie Lee, where we're following Loki, who, after he does something, is sent to 19th century London to deal with something, and it's really great. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it very much, but I didn't love it. Then I read Ballerino and the Ballerino and the Biker by Rebecca James, where we're following our ballerino character had an older brother who was in a motorcycle club and basically died riding his motorcycle, and it's romance between our ballerino and one of the brothers' friends from the club. Then I read Summer Heat by Sky McCoy. I'm not even sure what this is, gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Good Game by Kate David, gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Again, I cannot tell you what it's even about. Then I read Omega Shelter by Quinn Michaels, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. It's about this guy who is a werewolf, and one day while he's doing rounds on his territory, he meets this Omega who he protects. Then I read The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss, which is the second book in King Killer Chronicle, and in this one we're following Quote, who is known as Kingkiller, and he's telling his life story for the first time, and it will take him 3 days to tell the full story, and each book is 1 day. So the second book is day 2, which is really fun. Gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Traitor's Moon by Alexander Elliott, which is another paranormal romance. Gave 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Bare Knuckle Love by Kay American, which I gave 12 out of 5 stars, not even sure. I think this is a fighter romance. Then I read The Ghost of War by Amy Sumida, which is about basically it's about Greek gods who live on Earth now, and one of them gets haunted by these ghosts, and turns out those are ghosts of people who died in war. Back in the time of ancient Greece, on this island he lives on. Then I read Act of Mercy by Mandy M. Roth. I'm not even sure what this is about. Gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Then I read Benny's Carnival by Lisa Casey, which is a novella in... what's the name of the series? Hidden Gem series. I was blanking. I know that it's called by the first book, but which basically in that series in Hidden Gem series we're following Aki, who is a male stripper, and he is a psi, which means he has powers, and basically his powers manifest if he touches an object, he can tell everything about the person who owned it, and that help. And because of that, he's helping the police solve this crime, and it's a romance between him and one of the detectives on the case. And of course, I gave the novella 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Witch Minion by Lisa Casey, which is a novella in Kitsune Chronicles. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Conventional Shadows by Lisa Casey, which is novella in Stalker by Shadow series. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Broken Strings by Casey Strings. I'm not even sure what this is about. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. So then I read Oathbringer by Sebastian de Castell. Brandon Sanderson, not Sebastian de Castell. By Brandon Sanderson. This is the 3rd book in Stormlight Archive, and in this series we're following people who are connected to this war between Aleti and the Pershente, which started a few hundred years ago when Pershente killed the Aleti king, and then this point war basically lost its purpose, original purpose, and now they're only fighting to for the ownership of shard plates, and shard plates, which are these swords and shields that have some kind of powers. Then I read Cryer's War by Nina Virella. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It's a story about a world where this automata rose up, and they're basically robots, and took over the world from humans, and now humans are basically slaves and servants, and it's and now one of the humans wants to get revenge to the leader of the automata, so she infiltrates the court and becomes his daughter's maid, and this romance between the automata princess and the human. Then I read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, which is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. And we're following two people connected, Roma and I forgot her name, who are connected to these two rivaling gangs in 1920s Shanghai. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, it was really interesting. Then I read Crown of Feathers by Nikki Paul Preto, which is about these Phoenix Riders, the whole fight. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then we have Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow by the author whose name I cannot pronounce. And what the hell is this number? Is it 4 out of 5 stars? I know that I gave it a higher rating. I think it's 4 out of 5 stars. It doesn't help that I use black pen to highlight it. Then I read, and it's just that about humans and how we're going to affect the Earth in the future. Then we have The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren, which is about basically our main female male character, twin sisters, is getting married, and everybody in the wedding gets food poisoning. Besides our main female and male characters, because they didn't eat the buffet everyone else did, but they had food specifically made for them. And considering that her sister got unrefundable honeymoon, our main female character and groom's brother, who just happened to be her nemesis and the best man, needs to go to honeymoon together, which leads to all kinds of shenanigans. Then I finished the audiobook of Ship of Destiny by Robin Hood, which I gave 2 out of 5 stars. It's the third and final book in the Live Ship Trader series. We're following this family who owns a live ship, which is a ship made of wizard wood, and basically after the 3 generations of a family die on its deck, it comes alive. And also we're following a pirate. I finished a series and I don't know what the hell the pirate had to do with the family, but okay. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't enjoy any books in this series. Then I read Demon Kiss by Juliana something, which is basically about this girl who goes to this academy for these demon hunters, and turns out she is actually one of related to one of the most famous demon hunters in the world, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Then I read Peckless by Simone Lea Martin, which is about a girl who is a werewolf but doesn't have a pack, hence Peckless, and she basically goes to this school for werewolves, and stuff happens from there. Then I read 15 Questions About Online Advertising by Massimo Morosi. Moruzi, which is just as advertised 15 questions about online advertising. Nothing special. Gave it one out of 5 stars. Then I read 100 plus free tools to get things done quicker by Anita Nipane. Also I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. It's nothing special. And then the last thing that I finished in the month of October is Cabin Secret by Alicia Raids, which I loved. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's about this girl who basically goes to this, is part of this coven, and it's about what they're doing there. Yeah, I gave it 4 and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Future me is back here because I just figured out that I haven't mentioned at least 2 of the books that I read this month. In October, not in November. I'm filming this in November. So yeah, I haven't wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the books that I read in October. So the other book that I read is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by the same author as Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow. Gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it, but nothing groundbreaking. Then I read Sky Without Stars by Jessica Brody and Joanna Randall, which is a Lemmy's retelling but in space. Then I read The Flames of Albion by Chinzi Menzies, which is about Daria who is raised in this university and now works there, and one day while she's cleaning the library, the fossilized dragon egg starts to hatch. So it's really fun, and it's first in the series and it's self-published. And the fun thing, the author is working on her PhD in ancient history. So then I read Running with Lions by Julian Winters, which is about guys in a soccer team who go on to this camp. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Then I read The Afterlife of Holy Chase by Cynthia Hand, which is about a girl who on Christmas Eve gets visited by ghosts of Christmas past, present and future, and it's a retelling of A Christmas Carol. Then we had The Woolman Mark by Megan Linsky, which is about a girl who is a fairy and has this woolman mark which leads her to the academy. Then I read The Omega Flame Pack, which is a Dragon Shifter Romance. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And then I read The Traces of Sulfur by Madeline Freeman, which is about a girl who is a demon but is chosen by this angel blade, and she needs to hide the fact that she is a demon. So let's get back to the past me. Yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, like, share and subscribe. Down below you have my social media, my email and some other stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.